So we will see what is this inner line permit and where the concept come from, and what is the importance and some concern related to the topic. Okay, so let's see. Hello everyone, my name is Sindhu, and today we will see the topic that is inner line permit. So we will see what is this inner line permit and where the concept come from, and what is the importance and some concern related to the topic. Okay, so let's see. So inner line permit, if you will see by the definition, what does it mean? Inner line permit is an official travel documents, okay, and it is issued by the government of India to allow inward travels of Indian citizens into protected area limited for a limited period. Okay, so what does it mean? That there is some state and some protected area, and for that, for visiting that areas and for traveling and any purpose, even in the for the Indian citizens, you will have to take the permit from the government of India ministry, from the home ministry, so that you will able to visit that. Okay, obligatory, and it is obligatory for Indian citizens from outside those states to obtain permit to entering into the protected state, and the document is an effort by the government to regulate movement to the certain area located near the international border. So what does documents mean for? It meant for protect the movement in the some states that share their boundary to the international border. Okay, now let's see that where the inner line permit state concept come from. Then this originate from the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act 1873. So it is a colonial concept. Okay, colonial British introduced these systems, and it was originally created for Britishers to safeguard their commercial interest. It is continued to be used in India officially to protect tribal cultures in the northeastern state. So see, if we will see that why Britishers has introduced these systems, Britishers has introduced this system because they wanted to preserve their commercial interest in the area. As you know that northeast area, that is basically commercially very viable for the tea, oil, and the other like elephant, and all these things are very viable for the Britishers. So they, that time, they don't want any interference from the other sides of the other parts of the India's peoples in that area. That's why they introduced that regulations, and they limited the movement of other persons in that area. So that was the basic concept to preserve their interest, commercial interest in that area. And next, in the after independence, we also adopted the same provisions. Why? Because now we have one thing in mind, to protect the tribal culture. Okay, in northeast India. So you know that all the states that are under the inner line permit, they have mostly the tribal populations, and they are very unique and indigenous populations and the original people. So we don't try to interfere in their indigenous cultures and everything. That's why we continue this legislation. Okay, so there are 4 states under the inner line permit. First is Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, and Mizoram. They are the state previously during the British also were in the list, but lately Manipur was also added in the same category. As you know that all these states share the international border. Arunachal Pradesh, it share the border with China, Bhutan, and the Myanmar. So that's why it's necessary to protect these states. Nagaland also share with Myanmar, Mizoram, Bangladesh and Myanmar, okay, and Manipur also. So Manipur also share border with Myanmar. So that's why it's a type of protections we are giving to the peoples they are living there. And also we can watch and check on the people and the movement of peoples from various part of India, and also from the outsiders to protect the, as you know that these all area are very sensitive area, because these are the international border connected area and a lot of illegal things and everything happen there. So that's why it's a type of type of protections we are giving, and also watching the area so that unnecessary activities can be curtailed. So if we will see in the map wise, then map wise it's Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland here, and Manipur and Mizoram. These all states that are in your under inner line permit regime. Some concern. So see, there is nothing that is free from the foundation. So there are some concern related to the inner line permit also. Although we have a great intention to protect the and preserve the society, preserve the indigenous tribals in the area, but some concerns are related to these also, concerning that it opposes the policy of social integration. As you know that fundamental right, we have fundamental right, and we have a unique culture to integrate to each other and interact with socially. Everyone can live anywhere, any state and anywhere. So the feeling of feeling of our, so that include the social integration. But if we mount something by the permit or the permissions, then the social integration hampered, okay. And development also. See, if there is a lot of restrictions in visiting the place or visiting the state, then there will be less developed, okay. Development will be hampered. So how the company will go to the state, and how they will establish the factories and all things, how the infrastructure development will take place if there is a restrictions in visiting people only. So if there is any productions activities, who will buy, and how it will viable for the company to product here, that's why produce here. And the technological advancement in the area. So see, if there is a less development, and everything is in a very restricted thing. So how the technical advancement come from the movement of the peoples and the freedom that we got to interact with each others and interact with the multinationals and the international border. So then only technological advancement is going to happen. And even in the intra-state also and interstate also, then only interstate will help in because if you see the Indian states, some states are very advanced technologically. If we will talk about the Bangalore and any place like that, Telangana, Hyderabad, these are very advanced. So if there is movement restrictions, so in that area technological advancement will be less and hampering the tourism within the state. See, this is the major problem. As you know that all the northeastern state has a unique geographical terrain, and also poses a unique beauty inside them, the hills and everything, but here we are restricting people to visit there, okay. If anyone want to travel, they have to carry the documents for the certain time period and limit. So that tourism is a great source of revenue for any state. So revenue is less because of the less tourism, and that also contribute to the less development. If you have less money, then your development is less, and you will less technologically advanced, okay. And Some fundamental rights are also violated. If you see that fundamental right, article 14, 15, 19 and 21. So kindly let's see that how of article 14, right to equality. So in inner line permit, you don't have right to equality, because this law don't treat everyone as equal. And article 15, that no one can be discriminated on the place of birth and anything like that. So that's also violated. And article 19, that give you the freedom to stay and reside for profession and anything in anywhere in the country. But here also it is restricted that you can't stay and can't buy land in these four states. And article 21, you know, that right to life, it's also violated. So these are some concern and everything regarding to inner line permit. So in conclusion, if we see that what is the conclusion of the all the legislations and everything. So inner line permit system is no way to curtail a person's freedom movement. It is only a system to prevent any kind of harm to the peace loving tribe of the northeast state. So see, we have a concern also, but what major thing in this legislation is protect the tribes, okay, that are peace loving. They don't want major hurdles and major influx of migrants and anything. It is the preserver of their indigenous characters, preventing influx of tourists drastically affect the culture heritage, and similar to the provisions of Indian Constitution which protect the identity and culture of the tribal people. It does not act as an unwelcoming regulations, but as a concrete practical system to protect indigenous peoples from losing their entity and becoming endangered. So see, although we have some concern and we are thinking it is not economically viable, and it is not a very good idea as a national perspective, but you know that what major thing behind that legislation is that we also want to protect the tribal people who are peace loving, and if we won't protect them, they will lose their identity and become endangered. So that is more precious for us, so that we can preserve our peoples and preserve their culture. So that's why this legislation is good, and this is the motive behind the legislation. Thank you.